Hello, and welcome to the first edition, first episode of the Studio City Aftershow here on JLJ Media. Hi, I'm James Lott Jr. And I want to welcome you. And if it's your first time viewing an aftershow, welcome. I'll explain what that means. And hopefully you guys have seen Studio City and will be able to actually go along with me. So I don't want any spoiler alerts. So hopefully you have watched the episode. We're talking about episode 1 today. So we talked about, so hopefully you watched it. So now you can actually listen to it. If you haven't, stop, go watch it. Come on back and we'll talk to you all about it. You can converse with me in comments and things like that. But I'm gonna give you a little housekeeping first about what's going on here. So Studio City has a wonderful, amazing TV series that lasted 1 season so far. We're hoping maybe a 2 or something's coming up. But it's created with and by Sean Kanan, his wife Michelle Kanan, and others, and it's directed by Timothy Woodward Jr. Stars some of your favorite daytime actors in it, and it follows around an aging actor in Hollywood. Now, Sean looks great, of course, and everything, so it's kind of, you have to kind of suspend belief on that end. But the themes that are brought up are very real, and I'm sure he may have to deal with some of that stuff in his real life. And so we get in this first episode, we get a glimpse of, like, we meet his mother, we meet his girlfriend, we see where he works, we see where he lives. We get a glimpse of his life with an interesting cliffhanger at the end. But Studio City is a great series, and I encourage folks to watch it because it's not even, it's like, I think the shortest episode is 9 minutes, the longest episode is 17, so it's easy to watch, but packs a lot in each of those episodes. There's a lot thrown in there. There's comedy and there's drama and everything in between, and what after shows are, if you're thinking, what's an after show? After shows are shows where we talk about the actual episode that happened, and we kind of dissect it. I give my opinions, you give your opinions out there, of course. It's a recap mixed with opinions. And it's after the show airs. That's kind of where that comes from. So that's what I'm going to do this whole season. I'll do all 6 episodes. Plus, I'm going to have cast and crew people behind the scenes on the show. So they'll be talking about their roles and the things that go on behind the scenes. So they'll be part of this season of Studio City After Show. They'll be all on here. Now, some little housekeeping. Where can you find this? Well, hopefully you found this where you found this. We're on JLJ Media, which is on YouTube. And so go ahead and subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and like it. And what happens is you'll get notifications for the next episodes. And plus I have other content on it. You have other shows on the network. So you can go ahead and see what I have going on there. And also it'll be on audio. So you have the video version, then you have the audio version. Now the audio version, we just started out. So I have to apply for all the different streaming services, but my plan is to get on everything, from Spotify to iHeartRadio to Deezer, everything. But right now, I'll be on Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker, not speaker, Spreaker.com. And you'll be able to follow it there at JLJ Media, and you'll see its own little playlist. And I'm going to start applying, and I'll let you know. If you like actually follow my page on there too, I'll let you know what's going on and which platforms like Spotify and iHeartRadio they get approved. I'll let you know. And I think that's all the housekeeping. If you like this episode, put a thumbs up, comment. I love fan engagement. Share this with anybody you think who needs to know this, of course. Sean Kanan has a lot of fans, of course, from Bold and Beautiful, Young and the Restless, Karate Kid Part 3, General Hospital. I mean, he's done a bunch of different movies and other series. So let his fans know that we have an after show for a series that he has on Amazon Prime. So I'll make sure I say that. Okay, this is called episode 1, The Pilot. It's the actual pilot of this thing. So it opens up with a very soapy scene. He's performing a scene. He's a doctor, Dr. Pierce Hartley. He's been on the show for a while, apparently. And then, of course, he's kissing the young lady. And then a younger doctor comes on who is hilarious, played by Philip Brewer. It was really hilarious. And he plays Dr. Devin Stryker. In real life, his name is called Nick Cassidy. And our hero's name is Sam Stevens. So it's kind of funny to see the guy come out with no shirt on. I'm looking for my sunglasses. It's a really funny scene. If you watch soaps, it's just like a setting up on a soap scene. It wouldn't be too far-fetched. That's the funny thing. It wouldn't be too far-fetched. Let me have a little bit of my tea. The weather here is like, it was sunny, now it's cold, or sunny, it's cold. It's really weird. So it's a lot of fun. So we're following him, they kill cut. The young man is very eager and, hello, how are you? Nice to meet you. And I tell you, it's Sean Kanan's facial expressions that kill me every time. He's so good. Every show he's ever done, he's good at facial expressions. They say everything. He's just like, who is this dude? And like, he's younger and he's feeling like, what's going on? And so he meets up with his friend manager and they're walking through and you see kind of behind the scenes. It's kind of fun to see this and it looks true to life. I've been on set before, so it's true to life. And they're talking about his manager, of course, trying to get him other roles, commercials, and funny lines about that. And about his contract there at the show. The show is the second number 2 daytime drama. Not number 1, of course, but number 2 daytime drama in America. That makes me laugh always. And so that's the point. It's like, so he is on the show and they mentioned something about the 13-week cycle, which some of you guys don't know this, but many times they would do these things where they would sign an actor up for 13 weeks. That's considered a cycle. And then after that, they can let you go. They can pick you up for a 1 or 2 or 3 year contract. But a cycle is just kind of like, you get to come on, they try you out, they see what's going on, but they have a right to let you go, of course, afterwards. So they mentioned that. He's up for a 3-year contract renewal. And they're doing the classic way of like, it could be a murder mystery and he could be involved either as the corpse or as the killer. And that's kind of fun. It's a very soap plot device, of course. Is there a funny line about having a phobia of kids? He doesn't want to work with kids, he wants these commercials work with kids. I can only imagine the things you get offered that are out there sometimes. I can only imagine that and how just sometimes you're like, well, I gotta do what? And I'm sure, so it's kind of funny with that. And it's a fine line between about, phobia of kids and dating a really young chick who's like 22. Very funny. Then he meets up with this kind of cutthroat survivor producer played by the delicious Carolyn Hennesy. Yes, that Carolyn Hennesy, who you know her from True Blood and other things, but of course, Diane Miller on General Hospital, and she plays Gloria. And the thing about her is the scene between her and Sean, and I mean the 2 actors, just the chemistry is just cackling right there. And Carolyn Hennesy and Sean Kanan both can do drama and comedy at a drop of a hat. They both can just do it. They can switch it out. So this scene, I mean, Michelle Kanan, who was one of the writers, I mean, this scene crackles with truth, honesty, and hilarity. And it just goes about, he's going off about Nick Cassidy, this young dude. And she's just like, what do you want to be, an action star? Like, you're a little old for that. And just kind of like, you got to make a choice. Like, and it said to him, you seem like you've been phoning it in, which I can only imagine some actors, maybe they've been around for a long time. I know Sean doesn't do this in real life on his shows. He's all in. But I wonder for some actors, you played that character for a long time. Do you get lazy a little bit? Do you rely on some tricks, to get you through? Are you bored? I've seen some actors on some shows where you're like, they're clearly there for the paycheck. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't get too shady, but I have seen some. You're like, hey, that they're not, and you can tell when they do get a storyline, they just seem to perk up, and you can tell when certain actors are having fun in a storyline. I mean, I always think of my girl Chloe Lanier right now in General Hospital. You can just tell she's having the time of her life, and that character Nell is crazy, and they give her the lines, and you can just tell she's having a good time. But that scene's a good thing of network versus actor versus old versus new. It's Hollywood. It's very Hollywood. So I thought it was a great scene. Also, this series has great sweeping shots of Los Angeles. I always want to mention that. It reminds me of Bold and Beautiful. They always they'll cut to some B-roll and there's all this the Hollywood sign and LA, and it's beautiful. I love my LA. So I love seeing that. Then we have another scene where we see Sean eating. And that food looked good too. He was just chowing down. I was like, I'm hungry. And the girlfriend comes out and she's hot. She's hotsy-totsy. She was shopping and her card was declined. Something going on there. He plays it off, but they have an event to go to and she wants to look nice. And it's like, but he plays it off. He's like, I have another credit card, I'll take care of it. It's like, your card's declined. So there's some money stuff. So you're learning little things as you go along this first episode. Then it switches to the fan event. He's sitting next to my buddy, Scott Turner Schofield, who we'll hopefully have on the show later this season. And we meet his mother, Violet, played by the wonderful Patricia Darbo, who just is amazing in everything. And we learned some stuff there. I mean, she's just down there. She's in it too. And she's like, are we getting a raise? What's going on? He's paying her. He's giving her checks apparently. So that's kind of revealed. But she's like a thorn in his side. And so we already seen the dynamic where he's just kind of like, it's his mother, but he kind of treats her a certain way, and she treats him a certain way, and she's brutally honest with him too. And apparently she has a line where she says, I give up my dreams, and like, oh, she's a performer once too, so there must be some resentment there. And then she looks at hot little Nick Cassidy, and she's all looking at him. And then so we get that background. So okay, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of. I mean, I have watched the series, so I know what kind of happens, but it's just like a little introduction. So we're getting pieces and bits and pieces, okay? Then a girl walks up, and a beautiful young girl comes up, and she doesn't want an autograph. She's nervous. She wants to talk to him, and he's kind of like, what's going on, everything. And at the very end says, I'm your daughter. You're like, what? And I remember I've seen the series several times. When I first saw it, I didn't expect that. Because when I got the series, I didn't know. I got a couple episodes because I was going to have the cast of Studio City on my show on AfterBuzz TV. And so they sent me a couple of, screeners of a couple of episodes, and they weren't in order or anything. I think it was like 1, 3, and 6, something like that. And so when I first saw the first one, I didn't know. They're like, what? But then I didn't get the next episode, so it was just really funny. But it was an unexpected twist. So like, oh, so now he has a daughter, and you got to see how that plays out. So with the ending, which is a truly cliffhanger ending, you want to find out what happened. You're just like, next episode. Next episode. I want to see what happens. Great direction by Timothy Wilbur Jr. Also co-produced. It's filmed beautifully. I mean, it looks really good. Looks very professional. But I think you should see this. It's good, and it goes by fast because you're like, it's over. You want more? I want more. I want longer episodes. It's crazy. But I think you out there will will love it. And so that's the first episode, the pilot, episode 1, Studio City. I'm saying season 1. I don't know if it's season 2 or not or anything like that, but it's season 1. But the premise of this series is that there's a daytime drama called Hearts on Fire. Sam Stevens is the guy who's like kind of the leading man, and we're going to see what goes on. And then there's some family drama that goes on also. So they write it down as it's about their real lives and their real lives, which to me, I'm all in. Hopefully you are too. So that is our first ever studio show after show. I'm James Lott Jr. You can follow me. We're all James Lott Jr. sold at James Lott Jr. on all social media platforms. Studio City is on Amazon Prime. You can watch it. It's right there. If you have Prime membership, it's right there. I just watched it again the other day. I recommend it. Go ahead and watch it there. Like, subscribe, comment there. Like, subscribe, comment here. Wherever you see this, like it, subscribe, comment, follow. Tell your friends. Tell a friend. Everyone, please be careful out there while we're going through this kind of strange time period in history. And watch shows like Studio City. It can help you get your mind off of, at least for, a few minutes, of what's going on out there. I'm James Lott Jr. Talk to you next time.